Welcome to the Forecourt E channel. So on today's video we're going to be drilling some small holes in the underside of the i3 to solve the problem that some models have, which is where when you're driving quite slowly after some rain you can hear some water sloshing around underneath the car. So this is not a problem that affects all i3s, definitely not, but it does affect some. This particular model is a 2015 i3 with a range extender. So we're going to walk you through the video, show you how to remove the various bits of trim, where to drill the holes, and we've attached all the documents that you need to do this somewhere near this video. So there is a proper BMW procedure to do this, which is exactly what we've followed. There's some templates to print out and we're following all the official documentation. You can take this to BMW to be done, but if you're reasonably confident with some basic tools, it is something you can definitely try yourself. Cool, so everything we need for this job is right here. We've got a drill with a 5mm drill bit. We've got two socket end pieces, so we've got a 10mm bit and an 8mm bit on our socket. And then we've got some trim removal tools here. So this is from a proper trim removal kit. You can get these for about £15 on Amazon for a full set. So it's certainly not expensive, and if you're doing jobs like this, probably handy to have. But that's the three pieces we're going to use. So this is all you need to do this whole job. Okay, so we're at the front of the car and we're going to use an 8mm socket and remove 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, once those are removed, we're going to get a nice big safe jack and jack up the front car from the front. Okay, so this trim piece comes down and then it goes horizontally underneath the car. And the first thing to remove is these trim clips. So you need a trim removal tool, ideally. And there's 8 of these to remove. So to do that, we'll just put it in and separate it. So there's 8 of those to look for. Okay, once those are removed, you just need your 8mm socket again, and right at the front of the piece underneath, there's just 2 more bolts to remove with that same socket. So that was the front of the car. Now we're at the rear wheel arch, and we've got the same again. 4 to remove with our 8mm socket, 1, 2, 3, and then there's 1 just tucked away at the back there. Okay, we're now going to lower the car back down, and there's a trim here we're going to remove, so I'll show you how to do that. Okay, so using this trim tool, we're going to start at the back of the car to remove this long grey trim here. So starting at the back is the easiest. You can get this in and start to pop it out. There you go. And now there's some slats which are going all the way along the bottom. So carefully free all along the top and then go back to the back of the car and start to pull out the bottom, and it'll all come out. Okay, you're probably quite dirty by this point, but it's all good. We're now going to remove the screws and nuts along the top edge here. So these are a 10mm head. So if you've got an impact driver or a drill, it's perfect for these ones. Otherwise, stick to your socket and whiz them off by hand. Here she is. I'm just going to put this out of the way. Okay, so posted with this video is a link to an attachment. It's a 3-page PDF, and you have to print off that onto A4, and there's a 50mm section on there. So when you print it, just make sure it's within 2mm of 50mm in real life when you print it. And you'll get 2 pages with 2 of these on each. So these are your BMW templates, and they show you exactly where to drill. So they're all labelled. If you're in the UK or you've got a right-hand drive version of the car, the passenger and driver's side will be the opposite way around to the writing, but they say driver's rear left and front left, for example, so it should be correct. And you see the 2 big holes on here, they're going to line up with 2 holes underneath in the section that was covered by the piece we just removed. So you can see here there's a black cap covering that hole, and that's what we're going to line up with the big hole on the piece of paper underneath. And it's the same at the front. If I just put my hand on there, I can feel that black cap. So the next step is going to be to remove the 2 black caps. And to do that, I've got another trim tool, but they're fairly easy to remove, these ones. Okay, for this next section, to give ourselves a bit more clearance to get the drill underneath, we're just going to jack the car back up to make it a bit easier. Okay, so we've got our template, we're at the front of the car now, and we've got our 5mm brand new, nice and sharp drill bit. So you can see here, there's a little arrow saying front of vehicle. We're going to line that up straight over the hole It lines up along the bottom. And then the blue arrow at the bottom right of the template is where we're going to drill that hole. So I'm just going to hold that there and drill straight through the piece of paper, and then that's our little hole. So you can do that now. Super easy there on the front, so I'm now doing the same on the back. I've got the arrow with the green circle, line it up here over the hole, and the bottom left is where I'll be drilling through. Okay, and that's both holes drilled on this side now, so we can let the car back down and essentially repeat all the steps that we just did in reverse order to refit all the trim. When you drop the car down, if there is some water still in there, that may drain out for up to 10 minutes, depending how much is in there. It might just be a minute or two if it's been quite dry recently, or none at all, but at least you know it's been done. So we're going to refit all this now and then repeat exactly the same on the other side. Job done. Cool, so thanks for watching, hope that was useful. Drop some comments below if you think there's anything we missed, and we'll make sure to put it in the next video. Otherwise, check out our other videos for stuff like this, and we'll see you in the next one.